They say family knows your darkest secrets, but they never tell you what happens when one of them decides to weaponize them. The aroma of grilled tilapia, fried plantains, and spicy jollof rice filled the dining room, and laughter bounced off the walls. My sister, Amanda, sat across from me, her face glowing with satisfaction, the kind that comes from years of perfection and unchallenged praise. Her husband, Collins, looked at her the way a man admires a painting in a gallery, something beautiful and untouchable. Her kids were tucked in bed, and her house was pristine, almost like a showroom. Amanda had it all, at least, that's what everyone thought. But that night, over dinner, she made one mistake. She underestimated how much I'd grown and how much I remembered. It began with a snide comment, veiled in laughter. Do you all know Rita once tried to run away from home when she was 16? Just because Mom told her not to go for that nightclub party. Amanda cackled, sipping from her wine glass. Collins laughed politely, trying to keep the mood light, but I saw it, his curiosity flicker. Then came more stories. About my past mistakes, the boy I dated who was arrested for theft, how I failed my WAC the first time. I smiled. Polite. Calm. But my fists clenched under the table. Amanda had no idea what I knew. Growing up, Amanda was the golden child. She made straight A's, sang in the church choir, won beauty pageants. I was the one with scraped knees, stubborn opinions, and a talent for attracting trouble. But while she played the saint at home, I knew another version of her. The Amanda that climbed out of our window to meet older men. The Amanda who dated a married lecturer for grades. The Amanda who had a dark secret buried so deeply, even she pretended it didn't exist. But I remembered. After dinner, Amanda poured another glass of red and leaned closer to Collins. I don't know how Rita turned out okay. Honestly, we were so worried back then. Collins chuckled, well, everyone makes mistakes. Teenage years are messy. Amanda's eyes sparkled, but mine weren't. I was always the responsible one. That was it. I set my fork down gently and looked up. Really, Amanda? Responsible. The room went quiet. Collins looked between us. Let me remind you of something, I said, smiling sweetly. Or should I ask where you were the night Uncle Toby's car was found abandoned in OPB? Her eyes widened for a split second, then narrowed. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't you? I leaned forward, voice calm but sharp. You were 17. You said you were going for night vigil. But I saw you. With him. In that car. You cried when he drove off and never came back. You cried because you knew he'd never come back. But you told everyone you didn't know him well. Collins's face twisted in confusion. Wait, Uncle Toby. The one who disappeared, I said, yes. Amanda was the last person to see him alive. Amanda stood. Stop it, Rita. You're drunk. I'm not. But maybe I should also remind you about 300 level at Unilag. When you pretended to be volunteering at an orphanage but instead moved in with Chief Adiwale at his Ikeja residence. You lied to Daddy. Lied to Mommy. Lied to Collins. Her lips trembled. I was there, I said. You begged me not to tell. You even gave me money to keep quiet. Rita, this isn't fair. Fair? You mocked me. At your dinner table. In front of your husband. You thought my past made me shameful, but your whole life is built on secrets. Amanda's voice cracked. You don't understand. Oh, I understand, I said. I understand how much you need your perfect image. How you look down on me because I'm a single woman who's still finding her path. But you're not better than me. You just buried your mess deeper. Collins stood up slowly. His expression unreadable. Amanda, he said. Is this true? She couldn't answer. Her mouth opened, then closed. Her eyes welled with tears. The dinner ended in silence. Collins excused himself, went upstairs. Amanda followed minutes later, broken and wordless. I sat alone at the table, the jollof rice untouched. I should have felt satisfied. Avenged. But I didn't. Because secrets may lose their power when exposed, but they leave behind scars. Amanda's mask cracked that night, but so did something between us. Something that, once gone, may never return. But I didn't regret it. She reminded me of who I used to be. I reminded her of who she still was. And in that, we both saw our truths, naked, uncomfortable, and unforgettable. The morning after the dinner was unusually quiet. I woke up to the soft clinking of dishes downstairs. Amanda was in the kitchen, her eyes swollen but dry. No words were exchanged. I picked up my things, ready to leave her house, but just as I stepped outside, she called out. Wait. I turned. Her voice was hoarse. I'm sorry. That caught me off guard. I shouldn't have embarrassed you last night. I let pride get in the way. I nodded slowly. And I shouldn't have exposed you like that either, but you left me no choice. She leaned on the countertop, arms crossed like a child being scolded. Do you think he'll forgive me? I hesitated. Do you even forgive yourself? Her silence was louder than any confession. Amanda had spent her life pretending, maintaining an image so polished that she started to believe it was real. But perfection is a dangerous lie, it demands constant maintenance, and when it cracks, it shatters. That day, I left her house, unsure if our bond as sisters would survive the confrontation. But deep inside, I felt something shift. It was painful, yes. But maybe necessary. 1 week later. I was at work when I got the message. Amanda, Collins moved out. Said he needs space. I deserved it. But, thank you. For finally holding a mirror to my face. I didn't reply immediately. I didn't know what to say. But for the first time, I realized my sister wasn't my enemy. She was just another broken woman trying to seem whole. Just like I had been. Later that night, she sent another message. Amanda, I've started therapy. I don't want to live in lies anymore. I smiled softly. Maybe there was hope after all. 3 months passed. Amanda and I didn't talk much. But healing isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, distant, and gradual, like scars fading under the skin. One evening, I received an invitation to a small family gathering at her place. Just 5 people. No drama. I hesitated, but curiosity, and maybe hope, pushed me to accept. When I arrived, Amanda looked different. Not broken, not flawless, just human. There were no heavy layers of makeup, no overly rehearsed smiles. Just her. Vulnerable and real. She pulled me aside after dinner. I wanted to say something, she said, voice trembling. That night changed everything. At first, I hated you for it. But I needed it. I was living a double life, Rita. Pretending for the world and lying to myself. I nodded. I wasn't better than you. I was just better at hiding, she added. And I'm sorry, not just for that night. For all the years I made you feel like you were less. I swallowed hard. I'm sorry too. I was angry. But maybe, we both just needed to grow. She smiled, genuinely this time. Collins is back, she said. We are starting over. But on honest terms. He doesn't see me the same way, and maybe that's a good thing. Now he sees all of me. That night, we laughed for the first time in years. Real laughter. Not performance. Everyone has a past. Some of us carry it with shame, others with pride. But the truth? It's not about who has fewer skeletons, it's about who has the courage to face them. In exposing each other, Amanda and I found something deeper, the freedom that comes from truth. Painful, yes. But freeing. And maybe that's the lesson. Don't fear your past, own it. Because pretending to be perfect is the surest way to stay broken.